Over 80 years ago, the posthumously published novel of Thomas Wolfe famously asserted that you can't go home again. Today, we challenge Wolfe's premise. Yes, people change over time. Yes, institutions change over time. Compared to 20 years ago, the athletic programs at QU are twice the size they once were. Our facilities have been renovated. Our programs fundamentally changed. But yet our values endure. We are in many ways the same wonderful place that we have been for generations. And today, we are going to welcome home a dear friend of many Quincyans and an adopted son of the tri-state region. For that adopted son, we believe you can go home again.
I've been asked a lot about how I feel about returning, and really the word, I've given it a lot of thought. When you drive 6 hours, you can think a lot, and the word that comes to mind is natural. It just feels natural. You know, my coaching journey, every coaching journey is unique, and they're strange, but all my ties, the great majority of my ties lead right back here to Quincy. You know, I had the opportunity to work for Mike Hawkins at South Alabama back in 1984. And that was my first connection to Quincy. I didn't know it at the time, but I worked for Coach Hanks for 3 years. And after when we got done there, a guy named Jay Lowenthal was here at Quincy University, and he was part of Mike King's staff at South Alabama. And Jay hired me to come here as a graduate assistant. So I was here for a year as a graduate assistant. And then after my year here, I ended up going to St. Andrews College in North Carolina, Laurinburg, North Carolina. And the person that got me that job was none other than John Wood Community College president, Mike Elby. Mike Elby was part of the staff also at South Alabama that Mike Hicks had. And so I got to know Mike at South Alabama. And so we had, after he left St. Andrews, he went to North Carolina, Wilmington, and said, "Hey, Hawk, you know, there's a spot here in North Carolina I think you're gonna like." So I went down there for 2 years, and then I got hired back here by Brad Dunn. And he was here for a year. And then it was Cheryl Hanks, who was the athletic director at that time, that hired me to become the head coach, where I spent the next 9 years as the head coach. I owe absolutely everything to the Hanks family. Absolutely everything.